Better? Can you hear me better now? All right. That being said, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a little bit of deep slate to gather. We've got a little bit of a blackstone to gather. We've got a couple of things that we need to make sure that we have ready to go for when we build this clock tower. As you can see, got a massive freaking clock tower, the frame of a massive freaking clock tower built in the background. So that's going to be the next idea that we have for the cul-de-sac of commerce. And then after that, we'll spend a couple days on stream basically filling in the rest of the area with unique housing, connected housing, that kind of thing, etc., etc. I can hear you now. How's your day? My day's going good, thanks. I appreciate you asking. I went and hung out with my neighbor earlier. Hung out with him for a couple hours. We had a beer together. It was all right. Now, you know, you know what? Okay, day drinking every now and then. All right. Okay. No, but on a real note, went over to my neighbor's place, had a beer with him, hung out, enjoyed the weather, chilled out, and yeah, that's why the stream ended up getting delayed a couple times. I was over enjoying the day, enjoying the weather. Your day was bad? Bro, I'm sorry to hear that. Other than that, my day was pretty mid as well, I'm not gonna lie. But I actually got out of the house today and went and did something enjoyable. So, not that Minecraft isn't freaking enjoyable. I wouldn't put as much time into it as I do, sorry. If it wasn't enjoyable, but wouldn't have a YouTube channel on the freaking game if it wasn't enjoyable, but yeah. Anyways, with that being said, we got 5 empty shulker boxes ready to go for this stream. Oh, I kind of need the shovel. Yeah. Well, actually, you know what? I'll probably take the slabs too. I don't need the carpet though. We'll go put those in a chest really quickly. You know, why was your day bad though, bro? What's going on? You okay? You don't gotta tell me if you don't want to. It's totally up to you. I have chat up on OBS and stuff, but I have it up on my phone too. Bam. Bam. Okay. All right. Meh, don't be surprised, most days are bad for me. Yeah, we're kind of at a point in society. Society's kind of reached a point where, yeah, you know, most days aren't the best for most people. I get that. I get that. Alright, let's just pop this fella in here for now, and then we can, well, might as well go and get deep slate first things first. Why am I lagging? Why on God's green earth am I lagging right now? I have the stream turned down to 30 FPS. Don't even play with me right now, game. The only person I could trust turned on me? Damn, bro, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, you know what? I'll tell you something that most people won't tell you, and if you were to tell them that. It's gonna happen again, bro. Alright, I'm not telling you when it's gonna happen again, and I'm not even telling you that life is inherently a bad thing or a bad place to be. But, it's gonna happen again, bro. And, you know, people suck. The world kind of sucks sometimes, depending on the situation we're talking about. You just gotta make sure you make it through the other side of this one, right? Make sure that if it ever happens again, you're in a better place to handle it. That's all maturing really is. Maturing isn't necessarily inherently dealing with everything 100% across the board better than everybody else. It's just maturing, in my opinion, is basically just grit. It's not something most of us choose. Bro, if I could be immature and just crush beers all day and hang out with the frat boys, like, yeah. You know what I mean? Everyone IRL hates me. They always call me cruel things. Bro, fuck those people. Unironically, fuck those people. Like, I will say that from my chest. Fuck those people, bro. Why is it that the underdog in pretty much any situation always is the one that makes it out on top in the long run? It's because the people that sit there and say cruel things about the underdogs are fucking idiots, right? And that's bars. That's bars, okay? Don't listen to them, bro. They're unironically low IQ. Like, unironically low IQ. They have such a low IQ score that they are not able to fathom what you offer. Now, I'm the kind of guy that believes in extreme accountability at the same time as well. Like, I don't know. Maybe some people are, you know, maybe some people do deserve criticism, but when it comes to a situation like we're talking about right now, like, people are just being negative towards you for no reason. They have no preconceived notions or nothing like that. Like, what's the point? You know, like, what's a more surefire way of telling me that you're a miserable human being than telling me that somebody somebody you barely know from a hole in the ground sucks? Imagine how miserable you'd have to be to just randomly go up to somebody you don't even know and say cruel things about them. Imagine how much of a shit life you must have. I'm not saying have sympathy for these people. Actually, maybe even revel in the fact that they're probably miserable human beings. That's what I do. It has gotten to the point that I feel guilt in everything I do, and I feel selfish for any small... Bro, nah, man. You don't have to feel that way. You can just acknowledge that the people that are retarded in your life are retarded. And that's not something you'd hear many Minecraft YouTubers say, right? You know, a lot of Minecraft YouTubers would probably steer clear of that R word, of the R slur. No, dude, they're fucking retarded, bro. They don't get the vision, and that's okay. They don't have to. And the problem is all I am is nice to them. Nah, man, that's not the problem at all. The problem is the way that they behave. You being nice to somebody that behaves poorly isn't your problem. Not at all. I'm glad people come into my chat and talk about these things every now and then, because it's super unrelated to Minecraft, but it allows me to kind of regurgitate these greater knowledge points that I already know about, you know, psychology and mental health and ways to keep ourselves more grounded and stuff like that. It's things that I get reminded of whenever, you know, somebody brings this up in my chat. Fuck them. Bro, they're wrong. They're the wrong ones. They're the idiots, bro. I know. Great. I'm glad to hear that, man. Well, feel free to stop by this chat whenever you want, all right? And I will gladly remind you of that, because we're the real fucking goats out here, okay? I'm being a lot more vulgar than I even typically would be in my streams, honestly. And that's saying something, okay? But yeah. It's not about them, bro. It's about us, and they know that. That's why they're constantly making it about us, whether it's good or bad. Typically, they lean towards bad, right? Because it makes them feel morally superior. It makes them feel like a social justice warrior. I'm better than you. No, you're not. You're actually, like, significantly, tremendously worse, right? And that's okay. Let them be fucking losers. It's okay. You know what? I'm not going to do very good at mining deep slate with my bare hands. That's probably not going to be a very optimal strat. What you say, what I mean is the problem with them calling me mean, jerk, and other cruel stuff like that is the opposite, and they still call it. Yeah, well, that's... I actually grew up in a family very similar to that. They were cruel, narcissistic pieces of dog shit. And they like to do that. They love to do that. People that are genuinely evil and malevolent, they love projecting that onto other people. They really enjoy it. That's an insecure individual that you're talking about right now. Somebody that thinks those things about themselves and they can't face that, so they project it onto other people. I really truly do believe there's a special place in hell for those kind of people. And you know what? I say that, meanwhile, I'm guilty of it from time to time as well, right? Sometimes there are issues in my life that I can't help, that I can't deal with, that there are no actionable solutions to. And so, you know, there have been times in my life where I have projected that onto other people. I'm not perfect. But with that being said, it's important to be able to analyze that when you're on the receiving end of it. Or identify that when you're on the receiving end of it. Some people just perpetually fucking hate themselves, and they just can't come to grips with that and try and do anything about it. You know, for me, for example, I hate myself, but I want to do something about it. You know, like, I want to be a higher quality individual. I want to identify my pitfalls and my errors and stuff like that and be a better person as a result of it. These people that want to say all these things about us, they're fucking losers, bro. They like, if the concept of Christianity truly is a thing, there is a special place in the eternal furnace for them. 1,000%. Because who the fuck are you not doing any goddamn thing with your life, and you want to come try and take away from somebody who is, that not only wants to do well for themselves, but for the greater world around them, because they have a moral compass, unlike you piece of shit. Nah, we're going in. We're going hard in the paint today. Fuck these people that are like this. They're the reason the world is the way it is. They're the reason why pedophiles in America are getting loose and not actually having to face any repercussions for operating the largest child sex trafficking ring that's ever existed in history. Fuck these people, bro. Fuck all of them. They're all one and the same chord. They're all the same chord of music. They're all the same chord. I don't know if that analogy makes any sense, but they're all, you hit the guitar holding the same note and they all fall into that same category. All of them. They're all one and the same. They will shit on you while doing things that are 10 times worse than you. Nah, bro. These people will go to hell. 1,000%. And that comes from somebody who's struggling with his Christian faith right now. 1,000% these people go to hell. There's no doubt in my mind. I better not be. I'm using a Silk Touch pickaxe. I'm going to fucking blow my brains out. Why is this game like this? Why did Mojang make the deep slate that you use? Why? Like, why? We could have a whole conversation about this in particular. Why is this different? Why is this different to this? Why? Why is this different to this? Why? Okay, alright, I'll go back to my base and I'll get a fucking fortune pickaxe instead of a Silk Touch one. Thank you. That's how I want to spend my time. Oh yeah, no, no, that's great. I'm having fun. Are you, chat? Are you having fun? Because I'm having fun. I know I am. Oh, I'm having a blast. Oh, great. Oh, yeah, that's 15 stacks of deep slate that I need to remine. Oh, great. Amazing. You know what? No. You know what? You know what? No. No. I don't subscribe to this reality. We're not doing it. No. Get it all out of my inventory right now. I'm not reminding anything. Okay? I'm crashing out right now. I don't even care. I don't even care. I will remine it. Fuck you, game. Fuck you, Mojang. Bro. Don't give me a beer before I play Minecraft, because I am crashing the fuck out right now, bro. What a joke. What a stupid mechanic. I would usually try and contain it, okay? A normal day, a sober me, I don't even really feel like intoxicated or anything like that, but just some of the fumes, okay? I have no tolerance for Mojang and Minecraft's bullshit today. Ah! I'm so mad. This laugh is hardly even real right now. Everyone is meeting just to do that, including my family. Oh shit, I'm gonna lag out the stream in a minute here. And now it's so hard to not be an absolute jerk to them. Bro, I have literally been there. Imagine being so... Here's what I'll say to you really quickly in response to that. Imagine being such an evil person that you do somebody wrong for years on end, okay? Years on end. And then you have the fucking audacity to tell them, that you're morally superior to them, that they're less morally superior to you, that you're less quality of a human being to them because you dare start opposing their fucking asshole attitude. That sounds like the situation that you're in right now. And I get it. Our goal should be to, be chill people, respectful people, be the bigger man and stuff like that. But sometimes, man, sometimes people deserve it. Okay, and I'm not saying that should motivate you to go and continue being like that. We all know how we need to act. We all know what the more mature way to react to difficult situations is. But with that being said, some people are fucking asking for it in this society nowadays. Okay? That I will not even entertain an argument against. You really want to tell me that we have a bunch of fucking bullies with billions of dollars in their bank accounts in the modern world, and people are gonna gaslight me into that statement not being true? We're not playing that game. And they made me absolutely hate myself. Yeah, no, man. Some people just deserve it. Some people just deserve it. Some people fell short of their responsibilities when they knew exactly what their responsibilities were. And now it's their time to deal with the consequences of that one way or another. I don't understand why people would think that what I'm saying right now, like most people hearing this would think that what I'm saying right now is like a controversial thing. Like it's, I don't understand how we could even have that conversation. It's an insane gaslighting to me. Even when I was little, I had no friends because everyone avoided me or ran away. I get that, bro. I was a little bullied in school. I get that. Video games helped me out of that. When back in like 2015, 2016, Destiny 1 came out. And I had a buddy at school that always played Destiny 1. And I didn't get it at first. I was like, man, why do you guys always play video games all the time? You guys sound like kind of nerds. And I started playing Destiny 1. I went over to a buddy's house of mine one day. He had a PC. He was one of the few of us in the group that did. And I just went over and hung out with him for a bit and played Destiny 1 on his new PC. And I was like, I need this, bro. Like, I literally need this. Like, I need this. I've never felt such a unnatural desire towards something in my life. And yeah, that was it, man. I didn't let the fucking piece of shit wannabe bullies get to me anymore. I didn't let my parents' garbage get to me anymore because they're too immature to deal with adult life, so they have to project all those issues onto me, So I get it, bro. We sound like we had a very similar upbringing. Thing is, you just got to accept the fact that you are like objectively better than them. Like, you're actually better than them. That's why they're so aggressive and oppositional, because they see that and it pisses them off. Imagine how fucking pissed off they're gonna be when you're doing well, doing the things they always wish they could their entire miserable existence. Everybody likes to think that everybody loves to assume that when I say things like this, I'm being negative. Nah. Fuck those people, bro. I want them to suffer at the fucking perception of me. I want that. Desperately, I want that. And it's gonna happen. You wanna know why? Because I'm putting in the work while they're fucking worrying about petty nonsense. Retards, bro. It's not a word I say often in my streams even. We're a bit NSFW in the streams, not in terms of like weird shit, but compared to the videos, we're a bit less family friendly, but that's not even a word I say often in the streams. Retards. Come back on this 5 years from now, try and cancel me for it. Retards. Guess who's gonna be doing that? Retards. That's ableist. You're retarded. Shut up. I know there's an audience for that kind of attitude in the Minecraft space. I know there is, because the rest of this space is just such troon shit. Oh yeah, happy guests. Oh, let's put some flowers around our base. There's definitely a dichotomy that exists. There's definitely a dichotomy that exists that's sick of the family-friendly garbage. Everybody just goes for more family-friendly because it's more corporatizable. That's a word. It's not a word. That's not a word. Even when I was little, I had no friends because everyone just avoided me or ran away. When you can trust streamers more than people you know IRL. I was also adopted because my biological mom was very abusive, and then the foster mom before my current mom was also very abusive. Dude, what the fuck? Like, I don't know when society stopped caring about the children, but like, they did. And I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know when society stopped caring about the kids. But there needs to be a seriously violent interaction between the citizens and the governments of the first world to fucking realign their goddamn priorities away from the billionaires and towards the children of the next generation. 1000%. Dude, I'm struggling so much right now with focusing myself to Minecraft content instead of going on my political channel that I grew since like 2021. I'm staying away from it because it doesn't make me much money, because like I'm not, you know, very monetizable over there. But yeah, it's hard to stay away from it because it's going, the level of violence that getting back to normal is going to require is something that most people aren't comfortable with even talking about. But it's just like, I was in a group home when I was young, you know. I get it. The group home I was in, it just got shut down a year or two ago for being violent towards the children in their group home. That's a fact. I won't tell you where I live, but Red Deer, Alberta is where I was in the group home at. And it was a group home called YAAC, YAC, Youth Assessment Center. You're only supposed to be there for 90 days. I was there for 8 months, bro. 8 months, because this system is so overwhelmed by, I'm not going to say exactly what. That's something I will not say. But we all know what. We all know what the systems in first world nations are overrun with right now. And it's not cool, and it's not fair to people whose ancestors put blood, sweat, and tears into making sure they fucking had something waiting for them if they ever ran into issues. That being said, 8 months I was in this place. It just got shut down for abusing children. And nobody believed me. Nobody believed me when I got out of the group home and I was like, yo guys, like, they're hitting kids here. They're beating children. They are like gonna kill a kid one of these days. No, nobody believed me. Of course not. Why would they, right? Why would adults do anything wrong to something littler than them? Well, I don't know. The same reason tyranny has fucking existed all throughout human history? What are we talking about here? Are we having the same conversation? Are you fucking brain dead? Like, why would an adult do that to a kid? I don't know, because it's been happening for thousands of years of human history? Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that, what? Why would that happen? People aren't like that. No. I'm not like that, so nobody is. Of course not. And meanwhile, the people that think that way are exactly like that. Ugh. Dude, I'm glad you came into chat today. I am. I'm glad, because like, this is the type of shit that I typically wouldn't talk about on stream. But like, I need a ton of deep slate, and what am I gonna do? Commentate how much deep slate I'm getting? Nah, this is the real shit. This is the real shit. This is what I want people to be subscribing to my channel for. Cool builds and stuff like that is fun and everything like that, but especially nowadays, anybody can make cool builds in Minecraft if they literally just commit themselves to it for a little bit. This is the kind of shit I want people to subscribe to me for. I want people to subscribe to me because I told them, yo, maybe your parents were the fucking problem. You know, like, yo, hey, like, chill on yourself a little bit, all right, homie? Like, we're good. We're doing what they wanted to do for decades and had more opportunity to do than us, and that's why they're pissed off. We have higher aspirations than they did in a more opportunistic time of history. That's why they're mad. It pisses lazy people off to see ambitious people succeeding or pushing themselves in that direction. It infuriates them. It's actually a clinical fact, by the way. Narcissists are created from incapable human beings that then direct that frustration and lack of satisfaction towards other people. You said before about you being a target. That's exactly it. They target people. They do. They do. I was actually just talking to this about my neighbor. Like, I'm a fighter, okay? I am not a non-violent person, but I'm also a very passive person as well. Like, I'm not a non-violent person, but I'm also not a non-confrontational person. What was I saying? I forget what I was saying. I've been pretty good at not doing that this stream. Typically, I do that a lot. Before then, when I was happy, I felt nothing, and then you wonder why so many people have bad mental health. Like, huh, bro, you guys are the ones that did that. Yes, thank you. These motherfuckers are the ones out here losing their minds, bro. I'm having a perfectly natural reaction to this late-stage capitalist machine. Okay? All right, you guys own 80% of everything. Like, you guys own everything, and then you're like, well, why don't you just go out and do more? It's like, well, I bet that's a really convenient worldview for you to have as somebody that owns several businesses and just wants me to go out and earn more so that you can earn even more. I'm sure that's a real convenient model, okay? But with that being said, I don't subscribe to it. Like, who the fuck do they think they are? True, man. True. Did we just find diamonds? Ooh. Ooh. I take. Thank you. Yeah, bro, it's rough out there right now. The thing is, Gen Z needs to catch the reins of power, and it's why I've been thinking a lot about uploading to my political channel lately, that I spent years growing even before I created this channel. It's because people need to be incited, right? And I don't mean that in a way, like, no violence. We don't want violence on the political right. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want violence. But what we do want is for people to understand how to rebel in a diplomatic way. I want to encourage young Gen Z men to go to college. Go become your regional zoning manager. Go become, you know, an engineer that deals with half the properties in your city. Go become the fucking mayor of your town. Go become a public representative for whatever political party you believe in. Right? I won't even tell you which direction to go in, because at this point they're both kind of one and the same, whether you're talking about America or any other first world country. Go get involved. Go become the people that are your enemies. It's really important that we do that right now. Really important. Make yourself formidable. Because these people will not listen unless you are. The only thing they're going to listen to is the threat of force or the possibility of it. Think about it. That's the only reason we're in this situation in the first place. Right? We listen to the threat of force. Right? And now they're gonna try and morally grandstand on us when we try and do the exact same thing. I don't think so. You're not gonna make me feel bad for it, that's for sure. This is like borderline fascist propaganda. That's the thing. People don't realize exactly what that is. First time I ever happy and actually felt it was April 4th this year. Before that, every time I was happy, it didn't make me feel anything. Fair enough, bro. Fair enough. Yeah, well, fair enough. That's kind of why I play Minecraft, you know? I tried many times to build a world for myself in the real world, and every time it seemed to find a way to fall through. I spent 2 years at a sales company when I was living in the city in my home province, doing pretty well for that, and then I don't know. I really don't know what happened. Like I was talking to my boss one day about different ways we could try and do things because I was the assistant manager at the time, and she lost it on me one day for no reason. Like she just lost it on me for suggesting that we, try these different things. Quite frankly, I was getting pretty sick and tired of, like, because I was training all the new staff, right? So I was getting pretty sick and tired of her bringing in new staff that were pretty observably not meant for sales, and then I'd have to train them for 2 weeks before we obviously inevitably find out that they're not meant for this work, that they're never going to see that challenge through to the end. And so I eventually brought it up to her. I was like, maybe we should try a couple of different vetting techniques in the interviews, because I'll be honest with you, like 80% of the people that I train aren't actually staying with us, and like, I know that's not me. I'm competent, I'm skilled at this job. There's a reason I stayed in this job for 2 years. I fucking hate work. I'm not a lazy person, but I hate working for other people. I despise it. It's a big pet peeve of mine. But I stayed working that job because I was genuinely good at it. And so, it wasn't me that wasn't training the staff right, or, telling them what to expect in the job. Like, she was just kind of hiring anybody. And I'm like, look, if we were short-staffed, like, I would get it, but we're not. We have a couple of really competent people here, and, maybe it would take us a bit longer to get a couple more of them if we were more, careful in the interviewing process. But, yeah, anyways, all of that. I ended up getting fired for that after a couple of weeks. She took an attitude with me that day. She took offense to my suggestion. And I'm like, look, like, I've been here for a while now. Like, it's not like I'm a noob to this industry. Like, I understand how everything from the top down operates. She invited me to trips overseas to meet with other company executives within the company. And as soon as I mentioned something, hey, maybe we should try, like, I guess she just assumed that I was being selfish and that I wanted to train less people. And that's me being charitable, but in reality, it was just her being an egotistical bitch, right? Like, part of me doesn't believe women should be business owners because of that kind of stuff. And I've also had other experiences as well where I've had female bosses that delegate all of the managerial responsibilities to the male staff. And it's like, why even own a company then? Like, I don't understand why you would want to own a company if you're just going to delegate all of the responsibilities of owning a company to your male staff. And first of all, you're lazy and you're kind of a loser. And second of all, it's just extra stress on the people that didn't actually sign up to own a company, and they're not reaping the rewards of owning a company from. Right? So this isn't just a one-time thing that I've noticed. It's a pretty common thing. But, and I know that's a mildly controversial opinion. I know a lot of people would be like, hey, what the hell's the matter with you for saying that? What are you talking about? They're objectively problematic. They're objectively problematic individuals when it comes to taking on male responsibility, like owning and operating a business that employs 15 people. Bro said, wait, I'm she/her. Well, just to let you know, it's not necessarily a blanket statement when I say those things. It's just an experience that I've had 9 times out of 10 when working in, well, the workforce, right? The last job that I worked, I was working at a cafe, which I loved. I absolutely adored it. But my boss was a woman, and that's not something I had a problem with initially. She's actually a really, really sweet lady. And I actually looked up to her because her and her husband were in a relationship for a couple of years. And they both owned businesses together. They both were ambitious, bite the bullet individuals, and I respected that. But then she started delegating tasks like closing and accounting and stuff like that to me. And I'm like, dude, like, this is not what I agreed to. You're keeping me a couple hours every day almost. Like, I didn't sign up for that. No, you don't get me wrong. I'm glad we're not in the 1800s and in the middle of the Industrial Revolution where companies wouldn't pay for overtime or anything. Don't get me wrong. I'm grateful that I get paid for it, but I have stuff that I like to do in my free time as well, like recover for the next day of work. And yeah, so it's just a pretty common experience that I've had. And I'm not saying you would be like this necessarily if you owned a business. Don't take offense just because I have a generalized view on some things. I don't necessarily think you'd be like this. Maybe you would be. I don't know. I don't know you. To put it as simply as I could, I don't know you, right? So it's not a comment on you or your character. It's just the instances that I've had. I don't think it's productive to society. Like, you got to keep in mind, businesses keep society afloat, right? And if we have a bunch of discriminatory hiring practices and treatment towards men in the workplace, as we've seen over the last decade or so start to emerge, it's tough. It's not fair. It's not a fair environment. Yo, squirrels! What's going on, my man? How's it going? Yeah, no, sorry I am Crate if that offends you at all, but I hope I explained myself adequately. I'm not necessarily saying you'd be a bad business owner. I think everybody has the capacity to be a phenomenal independent individual, whether that's financially or otherwise. It's just about accountability, and that's one thing that I've noticed that they tend to struggle with in the workplace. In general, but like in the workplace specifically. No, I understand now. Okay, cool. Don't get me wrong, I'm not the biggest fan of offending people, but I do have opinions that at first glance might sound a little bit like, whoa, hey, chill there, buddy. It's like, well, no, I'm not gonna. No, how about no? No. Over here, that Mr. Kitty. I'm sorry. Can't say sorry, but I want to wish you a good stream. Have fun. Yo, squirrels, thanks for stopping by, man. I do appreciate you. Oh no, we're starting to create a mob farm. Good thing I have 2 torches with me. Yeah, no, thanks for stopping by, squirrels. I appreciate you, bro. You're not missing much today. We're just gathering a bunch of materials. It's pretty tedious, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Well, we'll keep going for now on Deep Slate, but we don't need much more. We would have been done ages ago if I didn't come down here with my Silk Touch pickaxe in the first place. Absolutely mind-melting, bro. This getting Deep Slate is crazy. But it's gonna be worth it, because tonight I'm gonna record me building the clock tower. And then from there, we really just have filling in foliage, creating some more paths, and building some connected housing. That's about it. That is about it. Ah. Beyond that, the video should be out soon. I caffeinate myself a little bit. I mentioned in the recent community post that video would be out on May 6th. It is now the 9th. I apologize. I apologize. It's taking a while, okay? Bringing these visions that I have together, okay? It's taking a little while, but that's okay. I'm not kidding when I say this, but I feel guilt in literally everything. Feel happy, guilt, start venting, guilt. Love something that literally I've been loved. I don't know why, but guilt. Everything. Man. You know, if I was a therapist, I'd probably dive into, you know, why do you feel that way? What's going on? All that. But I'm a streamer, so I won't. So I'll try, you know, dive into the personal aspects of it. But what I will say is, like, just don't, man. I know that that's not maybe the best advice. I know that it's not maybe what a therapist would say to you, but I'm not a therapist. Like, I don't know if it's other people making you feel guilty, other people's opinions from, you know, recently or from the past or whatever. But just don't, man. Like, you, first of all, you didn't ask to be here, okay? So if people are gonna judge you for just being here, don't worry about it. Other than that, I don't know, man. Like, you're not a burden on anybody, you know? You're not a burden on anybody at all. People might pretend that you are to make themselves feel better and less of a burden on themselves. That doesn't mean nothing, man. That doesn't mean nothing. Incompetent people telling other people to feel incompetent. What's down here? I know I've been here before. I'm just trying to remember where What? Make me wish I was never born. Nah, man. It's not even worth it. Like, taking those people's opinion on board, not even worth it. Bro, like, the way that me and you feel about like direction and life and motivation and aspirations and stuff like that, they all feel the same way. They just don't know how to internalize those things, so they externalize them onto everybody around them. That's a bar. How do I get back up to where I was? It's down here, right? I came out of the roof, or did I come out of the floor? Go away. Wait. I don't care. I'm just gonna start from here. Ooh, more damage. A damage. Oh, 2 damage. Whack. Alrighty, almost there. I only need one more shulker of this stuff, and then we'll head to a lush cave and grab some other interesting stuff. Can't remember off the top of my head what I wanted to grab from the lush cave, so. Gets worse every day. Everything feels worse every day. Hey, well, I'll tell you what, like, I'm a big proprietor against therapy in a lot of situations, but if you're feeling like that, man, like, I've even reached out to a therapist in recent times. I'm seeing a therapist right now. As much as I don't believe in it in 99% of situations, like, dude, sometimes it's literally just not gonna end, you know what I mean? And I think a lot of people, like, if you have a good friend circle that keeps you busy a lot of the time and stuff like that, like, I feel like most people are gonna naturally move on from any traumas or issues that they go through pretty naturally. But, like, you know, let's just be real about it for a second and put the shame aside. If you're somebody like me, if you're somebody like maybe like you that doesn't have friends, we need to put aside the pride that is involved in that statement. Oh, I don't have friends. What kind of a loser does that make me? No, fuck that thought process. Think about, like, try and think about it from a solution-oriented perspective. I have no friends. What can I do about that? I have nobody to hear me out or validate me in my problems. What can I do about that? Therapy, bro. Therapy is the best way to have a neutral party be there for you. Yes, it's out of obligation. Yes, they're getting paid for being there. Blah, 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 blah. But they wouldn't be there if they didn't care, because their degree took them 4 years to earn. And not just that, it took them years while still in high school or as an adult to decide that they wanted to pursue. You may not get the best therapist every time, but I'm a big believer in the idea of therapy under the right circumstances. Also a big proprietor against it, you know, under separate circumstances. It just depends, right? You just have to be able to objectively take a look at your life and put it under a bit of a microscope and say, what do I need? That's a hard one. Admitting what you need. Not everybody's gonna understand what you need. Only lets you go once a month? Yeah, it's tough as it's tough being young nowadays, man. A lot harder than a lot of these boomers will give us credit for sure. I didn't realize you were quite so young, so I just want to mention, like, don't let any of the things I said in this stream radicalize you too much. Yeah, man, I get it. Like I'm starting to go crazy. Nah, man. Nah. You're not. Nobody understands it right now, but the world that we're living in right now is literally the world that existed before World War II. It is literally the world that existed prior to World War I. It's a pretty scary world out here right now, bro. And that's not just fucking, sorry, not bro. She/her. Yeah, no, man, it's rough out here right now, and everybody thinks when it gets economically difficult that it's not that the kids are just isolated from those issues, but they're not. Like, they're not at all. Like, it's pretty fucking obvious and intuitive that they're not isolated from these issues. But my mom won't let me say my age, but I'm in grade 10. Ah, yeah, bro, I get it, man. Been there. That's good, though. That's good that you listen to your mom in that regard. The internet's a weird freaking place. I'm glad you listened to your mom in that regard. Alright, let's get out of here. Or wait, we don't even need to... What am I doing? Why would I dig up like this? This is gonna take me 10 minutes. Why wouldn't I just go over here? Back this way. This is where there's skeleton spawner. I think. It's not, is it? It is. Okay. Right. Okay. Because I laughed like a psycho. Nah, man, that's pretty normal nowadays. You'll learn as you, yeah, no, nowadays that's pretty normal. I do the same thing pretty routinely, actually. Because you'll learn as you get older. The powers at play, they are mocking you. They are taking pleasure in your suffering. Whether that's, you know, your Whether that's your family on a bad day or the government when you're 25. Hey, where? I'm just trying to get back to where I need to be, bro. Thing that people need to consider when it comes to conflict with other human beings is ego. Is the person that I'm having a negative interaction with right now having an issue with their ego? Is it about me? Pretty often it's not about you, and they're just pretty miserable fucking people. This will give me a little bit of extra deep slate on our way out of here. There we go. I just feel like giving up on everything because anything can be hard to do now. Hey, well, you know what? The only advice I can give you in that regard is try and build a bit more of a mindset around delayed gratification. If you can. Delayed gratification and instant gratification are polar opposite ends of the same spectrum. Anything that you do in Minecraft, basically, or any long-term goal that you achieve or that you take on in real life, that's delayed gratification. You're putting in the work, you're putting in the work, you're putting in the work, a month has gone by. You're putting in the work, you're putting in the work, you're putting in the work, 2 months has gone by. You're putting in the work, you're putting in the work, you're putting in the work, a year has gone by. And you still haven't achieved the goal fully yet. It's about training your mind towards delayed gratification instead of instant gratification. Now, as a young man, that's something that's been heavily emphasized toward to me in terms of all of that, you know, masculinity content that exists on the internet nowadays. Like, look, there's validity in it, but it's also extremely retarded at the same time in a lot of different ways. But that's one thing in particular that those masculinity channels talk about all the time that young men should be training their minds towards. And I'm sure it would be beneficial for young women too, absolutely. Is delayed gratification. You're not going to achieve a goal the second you put your mind to it. You know, if I thought that way about my Minecraft world, I never would have built any of this. Absolutely any of it. And I certainly wouldn't have been making videos on it, so. Dude, fuck the result and fuck what people have to say about it while you're doing it. Just do it. You owe that to yourself. Start thinking about yourself in terms of you're another human being. What if you observed some other person treating another human being the way you treat yourself? You wouldn't be very happy to bear witness to something like that, would you? Right, you wouldn't. So try and be a little nicer to yourself. Now I just feel angry all the time. Same advice I just gave can be applied to that one too, bro. And that's not even me trying to be lazy. That's not even me trying to be lazy. Same advice can be applied to that one. Alright, what do we need next? I'm gonna pull up this video just for a material list. I try. No, I get it, man. I get it. Like, bro, if I'm sorry, I keep referring to you. I usually don't give a shit about people's gender identity, that kind of thing. I just call everybody bro. But yeah, I know you now, so anyways, yeah, no, I get it. This video that I'm working on right now should have been out 2 weeks ago. My last video that I posted got 5,000 views. I finally broke out in the algorithm. I finally had a video do really well. I gained like 200 subscribers from that video. And then I just stopped working. Why? Because I'm kind of retarded. And that's okay. It's just kind of the way the human brain is wired, man. Like, it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to miss out on opportunities, etc., etc. Yeah. All right, what do we need next? We can put this deep slate down right here. We can put it by the rest of these shulkers, a deep slate. Next, we need... I'm having a blast just kind of like chatting about introspective things with you today. This is a vibe. Sick clock tower, man. And I'm making it way taller than the one even in the video design. Here, I'll actually even show you. Display capture. This is the clock tower that I'm going with for the world. What is Twitch chat even? Bro, before I went live today and like before I like actually was like actively streaming while the stream was still starting, somebody came into the Twitch chat and they were like, "Yo, for the clock tower, make it a burger." What the fuck are you talking about? What? What are you talking about, bro? What do you want me to do here? Like, what? Okay. I get panic attacks and identity crises all the time. Finally, I don't feel guilty for doing something. Are you talking about not feeling guilty for having the panic attacks and the identity crisis? You know what I mean? Of course you shouldn't feel guilty for that. You shouldn't feel accomplished for not feeling guilty for that. Make the clock tower a burger? Yeah, I know. I'm saying, like, what are we like smoking here in Twitch chat? Like, bro, Twitch is providing me exactly the experience that I figured it would as a creator before I started streaming over there. Exactly the experience that I figured it would. That's hilarious. All right, let's see. Let's get a material list pulled up. All right, buddy. Very nice build. Where's the material list? There it is. All right, stripped birch. I'm gonna replace with deep slate. Stripped spruce. I'm gonna replace with blackstone. Blackstone. I don't feel guilty for venting right now, dude. No problem, man. No problem. Nah, you're chilling. Did I put the wrong shulker down over there? I must have. All right, we'll take the green one too. Ridiculous how many resources we're gonna need for this. So 376. 5 stack. 6 stack. Now, do we want to use tiles? Or I think we do want to use tiles. Wow, what am I thinking? You can't make blackstone tiles? Is your brain working, dude? No. Alright. No, that's cool. That's... Oh, nice. 43 diamonds. I didn't even realize we got that many. Take it. Usually do, though. I feel so broken. Gotta learn how to re-identify yourself in your own brain. That's what I'm trying to do right now. You know what? It's another thing I wouldn't usually mention on a Minecraft live stream, or that you usually wouldn't heard being mentioned on a Minecraft live stream. I'm trying to get myself off the ganja right now. Because I don't like being at less of a capacity than I should be. I don't like it. I want to be fully capable, right? I don't want to feel tired at 4 in the afternoon and just sit there and watch TV all day anymore. Just since I started this Minecraft channel, that's happened less and less. But yeah, man, like I'm trying to get off the ganja right now, and the only way that you're able to do something like that, it's how I did it in the past when I did quit for about a year, is you got to stop identifying yourself as a person with that problem, right? When I quit back in 2021, I stopped identifying myself as a pothead, as a stoner, and it worked for about a year. And it was stupid. There was no reason for me to, there was no actual reason outside of my own poor choices that I went back to it, but all right, so we got this shulker good to go. I don't know how much longer we'll stream for, but probably another hour at least. Yeah, you're gonna make me waste rockets, game? That's cool. I have, yeah, oh yeah, so many of them right now. We definitely don't need to build a better gunpowder farm or anything like that. Yeah, we do need to. I want to cry, but I can't twice now. Amen. I'm just glad you feel chill in the chat. Remember when I was younger, I used to watch a lot of live streamers that would help contribute to the betterment of my day and stuff like that. Glad I can be somewhat helpful. The Demon Bacon Lord, what's going on, man? How you doing today? Good to see your name in the chat. All right, now that we got that down, you know what? Let's just run to the Enderman farm really quickly. We're kind of just chilling today anyways, and I don't want to break a netherite pickaxe, thank you. So we'll go sooner rather than later. How you doing today, Demon Bacon Lord? You having a good day, man? Straight up and straight back down. I don't know why I do that, but I like to. Nautilus 3D makes the end portal look so cool, dude. It's very cool. I like it. Talk about the stuff I should cry, makes me feel better, but oh, I get that. I think it's just maybe because you feel like you're in a bit of a comfortable space as opposed to, like, you know, what you're used to. Can't say for sure. I'm not gonna make too much personal commentary on your life that I could not possibly know anything about, but perhaps that would be my explanation. Jorge, dude, now that's a name I like to see in chat, okay? I'm sorry, we're not competing here or anything, boys and girls, but Jorge, how you doing today, my friend? And he just, I know he just loves the way I say his name. I know he just loves it, right? Doesn't sound like a botched job of a gringo or anything like that. No, that's not why. Okay. No, I could be wrong. Just dropping by for a bit, dude. We're always glad to have you, man. Not great, actually. No, I know. I'm being sarcastic. You love it. You love it. Don't act like you don't. Oh, when I said how your day was. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Tough, man. Play some Minecraft. I remember when you first started populating my chat, when you first started hanging out in my chat back in the day before we had any chatters. You'd always tell me, I don't play Minecraft, but I have an appreciation for it. Why don't you play some Minecraft, bro? Like, I promise you guys, there's a couple people in my chat right now that are really struggling with life and really struggling with feeling decent about themselves. Bro, I'm telling you, I feel the same way. Life sucks, dude. Sucks. That's why I play Minecraft, man. You know, men my age throughout all of history started building their lives, starting a family, contributing to society in really genuinely impactful ways. I can't do none of that. I can't do any of that, and it pisses me off. So I build a world in Minecraft, right? Honestly, man, like I really genuinely wish I had another alternative solution to give you guys. But then my other alternative solution, if I had even a modicum of an audience, would get me banned on YouTube, so we all know what the solution is. We all know what the solution to modern society is. We all, okay, all right, we all know, okay? We all know. Boys, by the next time we're live, there's gonna be a massive clock tower here. You can actually even see the circles here that I've been messing around with. I don't like that. That I don't like. I think we're probably gonna need to break these out. Give me some leaves. Give me some deep slate stairs. So we'll probably have to like go out like this one more time. Wait. That's a fat circle. What are we doing? I'll have to leave soon. Hey, no problem, Ray. You know we always appreciate you dropping by. No problem, my man. I think we'll have to make it taller if we take it out a little bit further. Bro. No. I don't want to go taller. Wait! I filled 2 shulkers with deep slate? What? No wonder we spent so long down there. Filled this one and then I filled this one. What? Oh, dude, I just wasn't paying attention. That works. That works because the tower I'm going with, hold up. I did show, okay, display capture. Catching the right display. Okay, that's fine. This clock tower. Game, computer, whatever. This clock tower that I decided to go with is, I think it's like 40 blocks tall roughly or something like that. And now even in terms of like the decoration of it, like I'm gonna be doing my own unique thing, but this is just like my reference build that I'm going with. But we're going 70 blocks tall, dude. Freaking 70. Subscribe to this channel, by the way. This channel's goated. So chill. ASMR-esque. ASMR that I actually enjoy. I hate ASMR, unless it's Minecraft. When you cry, it's actually because it washes out the chemicals you get from stress. That's why you feel better. Yeah, same thing with yeah. There's a lot of things that help rid your body, filter your body out. Sweating's another one of them. What else do we need here? We got all the deep slate or the black stone that we're gonna need. Almost definitely at this point. Still have to decide what I want all of these blocks on here to be changed out to, because we're doing different colors, obviously. Bunch of stairs, bunch of fence gates. We're gonna be using dark oak for that, so we can go grab them. What is it? Trapdoors. We get dark oak trapdoors. Let's do it. I'm surprised I'm getting anything done in this stream. Not gonna lie. Usually when I have to like talk a whole lot in streams, nothing gets done, but I'm like finding a way to do both today. Oh my god. Am I like half-ass competent as a human being? What? That's crazy. My god, trapdoors are expensive. Why? Why is that like? It's literally less wood. It is literally less wood than a plank. What are we doing here, Mojang? I unironically believe that there's a level of sabotage that goes into modern gaming. That like we're gonna create something cool, and then we're gonna make it more inconvenient than it should be. Thus ruining the experience for you as a consumer. Well, if that doesn't sound like late-stage capitalism, a big topic of this stream thus far, I don't know what does. I'm not going crazy. You're going crazy. Shut up. Alright, we need the same thing in terms of fence gates now. Give you a virtual hug. Aww. Aww. You guys are so sweet. Oh, come on. Oh, why did I make so many dark oak slabs? What is wrong with my brain? Okay, that's fine. I need to make a bunch of sticks too. I hate this mod that I have on. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know better. One stack. It's 4 stacks of sticks. Get out of here with this. That's dumb, is what that is. That's dumb. Then we're gonna need... Oh, no. Oh, no. How am I gonna translate this? Oh no. This build is turning out to be annoying in terms of figuring out what to switch all the blocks out for. Because I can't exactly make a deep slate shell, you know? And I'm out of shells in general, are you? Dude, no way. What are you talking about? No shot. Oh, no, man. I hate this mod that I have on. Then don't use it. Listen, okay? Alright? What's with the attitude? No, I'm just kidding. I have it on so that I can have my pale oak netherite sword. If I took it off, that sword wouldn't even be usable anymore. So that's why I still have it on. I don't want to re-enchant an entire sword. Downloaded it a couple weeks ago to make a cool sword, and then I realized, oh my god, this sucks. And just don't use it. Listen, okay, alright. You think you're funny or something here? No, I'm just kidding. Oh my god, my computer's chugging like a truck right now. It sounds like it. Gotta go. God bless you all and have an amazing day and rest of your stream. Bye. See you later, Jorge. Take it easy, my friend. As always, we loved having you. I'm going all over the place today because I don't remember where I have anything. I'm basically just gonna need... How many? I'll take 2 stacks. This stuff right here, we'll take 3, might as well. This all needs to be stripped though. Hold on. I love strip payload. Looks sick, man. More blocks need more possibilities like this. I want variety in my blocks. Not just ketchup and mustard. right? Maybe I could have some ketchup and mustard and some relish and some, you know, mayo, right? Instead, Mojang's just like, here's the ketchup and mustard update. Bro, fuck you. Thanks. Thanks. Wow, that's gonna be so phenomenal. I'm gonna play soccer with my friends. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Thanks, Mojang. I'm gonna fill a sulfur cube with some material and play soccer with my friends. Right. Good thoughts, Mojang. Good thinking. Yo, have a good day. I am Crate. I really appreciate you stopping by. Give me somebody to talk to while I was streaming here today. And yeah, man, I hope things get a little bit better for you. I get the state you're in right now. It's especially tough when you're young, so take it easy. And I do look forward to seeing your name again in the chat. Have a good one. Give me my axe back, game. Bro, you see another axe in my, or netherite axe in my hand. Brain, don't do that. You see another red axe in my hand and you're like, yeah, let's go mess with that guy. Sorry? I just don't think that's the smartest decision you've ever made. All right. Take those. Take those. Got what we need. We'll probably need more than that. Honestly, I'll worry about it later. Other than that, black stone we're gonna use for the body. Deep slate we're gonna use for the body. Blackstone we're gonna use, it's like accenting color. Hey, do they make the Roblox hurt sound? Why is it making the Roblox hurt sound? No, that was a thing. Okay, yeah, I got my blackstone here, so that's one of the ones we're gonna use. It wants me to use deep slate bricks for part of it. No. No. Alright, chat. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it has been real. I had a good time with this one. We're about to get our hard work blown up. So let me just go ahead and pop this guy on. I appreciate those of you that hung out today and gave me somebody to chat to while I get everything ready for the next video. Keep an eye on the channel, okay? All right. Next couple of days, next week or so at the most, the video is going to be out. The cul-de-sac of commerce will be complete. I will have locked in, and yeah, man, I'm out of here for now. Streams are going to be back next week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And with that being said, I'm trying to hit the ground. With that being said, take it easy, boys and girls. Have a good rest of your days.